Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over another premium hard question in the pandas/database category that I just solved on my own. So again, really happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. Although it did take kind of a while because the requirements are kind of complex for this one, but I was still able to do it on my own without any assistance. So let me show you how I did it. Basically, you want to first segregate the employees by the team. So team A, the employee ID, team A is 45 and 60, right? And you want to find the average of team A, which is 56.5. And then for team B, you also want to do the same thing. So for 2 and 3, 90 plus 12 divided by 2 is 51. So, and then you want to go through employees again. You want to find every employee that had a workload that's bigger than that average, strictly bigger than. And then you want to return that name and the workload in sorting by the employee ID and the project ID. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and first get the teams. So for IV in enumerate employees team, let's go ahead and create a dictionary so we can find that median. So so we have to iterate over the workload, the project again, right? So for JA in enumerate project employee ID, because that's what we care about. Let's call this the current EID is employees employee ID of I. So if the EID is equal to A, then we can just append that current workload to the list, which is going to be the team, right? So D of, what is the team again? The team is employees, team of, let's see here, of I, that's the one we're using, and we want to append the workloads. So in project employee ID or workload of J, because that's the project loop, right? So let's print D. Okay, cool. Now we just have to find the median. So let's create a dictionary for that. For K and D, MD of K is equal to the mean of DK. Let's print MD. I think it's the mean, or I think it's the median actually, because they said the middle, the average. Just have to make it look like what they have. Okay, cool. Now these numbers line up and we can just go ahead and iterate over the projects table to find the employees that satisfy that requirement. So for IV and enumerate projects, where is it? Projects. So let's go actually over workload, and let's say if the current workload is bigger than, what is it? The team. So okay, so the employee ID has to be mapped back to this table, which has to be mapped back to the team. So okay, so let's call this workload is V, and then we have to iterate over employees. So for JA and enumerate employees and employee ID. So if projects employee ID of I is equal to A, then we have a match. Then we can just say if MD, so if the current workload, which is V, is bigger than MD of the team, which is just going to be employees team of J. So the dictionary keeps track of that as the key. Then we can just go ahead and print the current employee ID. So let's just say employee. So let's just print A, right? That's employee ID. Project's workload. Oh, project. Okay, cool. So now we have basically what we need, but we also have to print. Let's go ahead and put this into a list called answer, and we need the project ID as well. So let's go ahead and print the project ID. So project ID of I, because that's the loop. Let's go ahead and check our work. Cool. And then we also need the employee name, which is just employees name of J. Okay, and then also the project workload, so projects or just V. Cool, so now we just have to put this into an array. So answer.append all of this. And then we want to sort, because it says here by the employee ID and project ID. So that's going to be X, X0, and X1. And let's print answer, because that's how we set it up. Okay, cool. Now we have our answer. We just have to populate it now. So we want to return a data frame. Employees, let's just say columns equals to employee ID. And I think they want capital letters, so project ID, employee name, and then project workload, and then we have to populate those with data. So you can see they want capitals, so that's why we did that. And then employees, let's copy this. We want to set that to, let's just say, project ID. Let's copy this a bunch of times because I don't want to have to keep typing. And then project ID, same thing, employee name. Just set that to employee name. Employees. And name, and then that's fine. Okay, so at least we have some data inside of our table now. Project workload. Okay, so now we have data, and then we want to return the head length of answer, because that's how many employees satisfied this, because the employee ID is the primary key here. So now we just have to populate this with data. So for A and answer, again, I like to just fill it from top to down using indexes. And we can just say, okay, we can just copy this actually. So we want to fill all these columns with, what is it, A0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we already set it up exactly how we wanted it, right? So A count, this current cell, current row, count, A1, A2, A3, and then we want to increment count, right? Because we're going to the next row. So we're filling it like this. Cool, and then let's run it. Okay, submit it. Okay, so that's not right. Okay, I think I might have misunderstood the requirements. It might have been the mean. Okay. And there you go, passes all test cases. Again, really happy that I was able to solve this question on my own without any assistance. It was a little bit of a hassle though, writing all these loops, but glad I was able to do it. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.